Okay, today is Thursday, if you can believe that already. I believe it's Thursday. Don't quote me on that, but that's what my computer seems to tell me it's Thursday. And I have a special mail day today. As you know, Black Friday happened very, very recently. And I bought something during a Black Friday sale, and I was not expecting it to show up already. So, other than sports cards, I collect a lot of photographs, mainly because they're great resources for things, study guides, that sort of thing. And some of the other guys in the collecting groups, Rick Vintage Oddball Cards collects old sports photographs that mirror the original image that was the inspiration or used for sports cards, which is kind of a cool idea. And I have a couple pictures that are not used for sports cards, but I will give you a description and a reason why I purchased each one of these. So this was a special event. They had a historic images market, which is, I guess, their one that they blow out photographs, because normally they're around $20 for a photograph, and sometimes they'll cut the price down to $10 or $15 or whatever. But the historic images market is like $10 for photographs, and then what they did was they did 50% off on Black Friday, and that worked out to my advantage. So there are some photographs, and you don't always know what you're getting. You see a picture of it. Sometimes you don't know which edition or it's confusing. But we'll start off with this one here. This was the last one I picked. This is sat on the internet for a very, very long time. These are usually from media publications, so they were used for like some sort of television guide, TV guide type thing, or they were used in newspaper for promoting an article. This one here is from 321 Contact, which is a children's television workshop show. None of it is on DVD, which is absolutely a shame, because it's a nice learning program there. And this is some of the later cast. I'm more familiar with the earlier 1980s cast here, but this is still 1980s. This is David, there's Mark, let's see, there's David Quinn, Todd Rowley, Hoppy Fitzpatrick, Deborah Shapiro, and Stephanie Chen Yu. Stephanie Yu, I think, was used for a lot of the classroom program ones. I remember David and Mark. They were in some of the slightly earlier ones, but I don't remember the rest of them. Maybe Deborah I remember, but I don't remember the rest of them. But that was $5, and this is the back of the photograph, so you never know what you're going to get. It was taped or glued onto something at some point, but there is the description there of what this was. Credit this one. Kind of a neat picture there. I think there's another one on eBay that's probably about $30 or $40 for that same photograph. These were the last ones that I purchased, so this one is really cool here. This one is of a man that is lighting switching on one of 6 gas lamps, marking the opening Monday morning of new offices of Benjamin Franklin Federal Savings and Loan Association on the corner of Stark Street and 5th Avenue. If you don't know where that is Portland, Oregon. And this is Terry Shrunk. Now, Terry Shrunk was the mayor of Portland at one point, and there's actually a Terry Shrunk Plaza. And that was in the news a lot, because there's a lot of things that happen at Terry Shrunk Plaza. But anyway, to make a long story short, there is the different stuff on the back. And what's interesting is Terry Shrunk was born where I went to high school, and that's really cool. And this photograph is dated August 4th, 1964. I'm not 100% sure. You can remove the historic images decals if you want to. They're really pretty easy to do. And that's always with a good rule of thumb. If you're like a conservationist, you don't want stickers unless they were there for historical purposes to be removed. So that's a really cool photograph there. I don't know what size that is. It's not an 8x10. It's like a 7 by or a 6 by 9 or something. It's really weird size there. But that is very cool to have that one there. Then this one here has a really interesting square format photograph, and it's a very beat up photograph here. It's got all kinds of markings and dings. You can see the corners are beat up here, a little bit, some paper, or I think there's maybe some old tape residue or something right there. But this is a crashed statue. This is a flipped over statue, and it's like, wow, did that happen recently? No, that did not happen recently. That happened in around 1960. It's dated October 12, 1972 on a part of it, but it's more like, I want to say it's from 62, because this is from the Columbus Day storm. Yeah, here we go. October 26th, 1962. I think that's the oldest date on there. There's all this kind of other information on the back of it. So this photograph was used time and time and time again. Really amazing historical photograph. I may have to make sure that doesn't fall off there, put a little glue on that one, take care of that one. But look at all those printer marks and all these different markings and different stamps, 1992, 72, 82, and the reason why they're all October 12th is because they were used to commemorate the day of the Columbus Day storm, basically in the Willamette Valley, and therefore it was just pandemonium. Just think of a tornado hitting the entire county, and that's essentially what kind of happened. It was a big storm that rolled through, and this is a statue of 1962 Columbus Day storm there. Circuit rider statue, and this is in Salem, Oregon. And the interesting thing is you go to the Oregonian newspaper website, and this exact same photo as on the Oregonian right there. And the cool thing is that this is the actual image that they digitized and scanned in Historic Images, bought it from the Oregonian. So I have the exact photograph that's on their website. That's absolutely astonishing. Now we got a few more photographs here. I hope we have them all here. So we have this one here. Let's see, just make sure that I got it here. Double check. Okay, good. So this one, you know who this is. It's dated 1985, copyright ABC Incorporated, and that's MacGyver. So that's a really sick picture of him in a Jeep. That's really pretty neat. And then there is, of course, the ABC photograph press markings on the back of it there, Richard Dean Anderson MacGyver. And I believe this was the inaugural season of MacGyver, so I had to grab that for $5. And sure enough, I found another one, so I bought the other one, so I have both of those. I've seen people try to sell these for $30 and $40 at some point, and they don't sell. If they were $10, they probably would, and then there's that thing back there, marked 1985. One of those is a present for a future present for one of my relatives here. Now this one's pretty cool here. Again, you can't always know what you're getting. Looks like Gabe Kaplan has been embellished, so he shows up a little bit better in the newsprint. Sometimes, they will do some sort of, I can't remember what the kind of deal is, but they'll do some shadowing around people. And this is Gabe Kaplan and crew for Welcome Back Kotter, so that will go in my Welcome Back Kotter binder, and that'll be used for the front page. And there's some more photo release stuff there to stamp 1976 there, July 20th. So a lot of historical stuff there. There is a sticker there, and I just wanted to prove to you that this sticker should just easily peel off. And you always have to be careful even if it will. But again, leave no damage to the item that you are... there might be a little bit of residue there that I need to clean off. But for the most part, the sticker is now gone, unlike the JSA stickers that'll destroy the item. Now this is one of the most unusual size photographs, cut to size here, and it is a school building. Sorry for the glare there, this ancient school building here. And this is built in, I want to say 1949, and it says something like, there's Sublimity, Oregon. Let's see, I don't know the date of this one, but I think it was listed as 1949. Don't quote me on that one. And this is the grade school that I went to. You can see that there's some markings here that have been chopped off. So this photograph was altered at some point for publication, and that's why it's an unusual size. They probably got rid of some extra sky there or whatever, or some extra ground. And this is just completed grade school here. I went to that grade school. I can't exactly say that I was in any of these particular classrooms, because the classroom I went to at this grade school was an add-on, and then I went to the school across the street. So this was just expanding the school from the original school at some point. Then this is a neat photograph here. This is also from Sublimity, Oregon. This has a 1950s automobile in front of it, and this is the old post office. United States Post Office of Sublimity, Oregon. This would be great in my postal collection, but I'm not 100% sure I'm going to keep this one either, like that other Sublimity picture, because there's a little museum in Sublimity that curates a lot of this stuff there, and I have donated items to them in the past. And there's an older lady standing out front of there, and it says that this is established in 1852. That's not the 1852 building. Shown in the front of the new federal building is Clara Neal, postmaster for the past 18 years. And this is dated 1960, so I guess Clara Neal that's the brand new post office there. That was the deal that they were doing that, and you can see that guy out of Salem, Oregon. crossed that out for whatever reason. But the cool thing is that there is a connection to that lady, to the church that I go to, and that building and all kinds of stuff. And my mom used to go to that post office. It was just the school that was built. You just take that road straight down and then make a left or something like that, and then there's where that school is, pretty much something to that effect. But really, really cool. That building is still there, but I think the power company owns it, and it's all closed up, so it just looks like a square building that houses something in it. I have no idea, but it used to be the post office, and now it isn't. And it was the post office, I want to say about 10 years ago, 12 years ago, this finally closed up and a new one was built. And the last picture, speaking of Rick from Vintage Oddball Cards, I'm already at 10 minutes here. This is Leo Keppinger of Portland, Oregon. I'm sorry, not of Portland, Oregon, but of Portland University. He was a shortstop. This is dated 1946. So that is a really cool picture of Leo Keppinger, or whatever his name is, of Portland University. Really, really cool picture there. And this is really pretty neat. Leo Keppinger talks about him. Slugging shortstop for the University of Portland, will be in the lineup of Portland Saturday when the Pilots face Oregon State in Twin Bill. Vince Pesky, that's Johnny Pesky's brother. I'm not even joking. Vince Pesky will pitch the 150 game, or 130 or 150 game. Roy Devaney, the nightcap, I don't know what, and Roy Devaney the nightcap, I'm not sure what that even means. But there's some more markings there, this dated 1946. You will not believe, this guy, Leo Keppinger, died this year in September. I think it was September or April, somewhere in this year. He just died recently. I missed him by that much if I wanted that photograph autographed. But amazing photograph there, really cool, and it's got kind of a Red Sox connection because of Vince Pesky and Johnny Pesky. That's really pretty neat. And I have Vince and Johnny Pesky's autograph. So a really neat piece of Portland history there. And this was, guess what, $5. I just thought it was a really awesome pose. This guy didn't do anything after university, but really amazing stuff today. I hope you enjoyed that, and it shows you can find some really good deals out there amongst all the junk that's going on around YouTube right now, all the name calling and all the lawsuits and all that fun stuff. And it's just really neat to find some cool stuff that I can either frame or put in my collection. And thank you for watching.